Hello, 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 part 2. Not really sure what's going on. Figured let me start over. And I'm going to wait for everybody to find me. And we can get this thing going. Not really sure what's going on. Maybe the internet connection. Something's not going right here. I switched over to my data instead of the internet. So hopefully that works. And hopefully you all find me again. Megna's back. Hey. So I switched over my signal, so hopefully this works out better. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Hannah. Oh my goodness. We're having an adventure tonight. We're definitely having an adventure tonight. Amy's back. Alright, we're gonna wait for everybody to come on back. I switched to using my data instead of internet, so hopefully we stay connected. So sorry about that, guys. Trisha's back. And I'm gonna plug my phone in too. So we're gonna do everything possible so we stay cruising and not wind up with a part 3. Alright, so there's a few more. I don't know, Carly. Carol, you are back. You are back, sweetie. We are all back. Alright, do your smushing. Make your brown. Pumpkin Trio Part 2. So I switched to my data, so hopefully this works better. We'll pray. We'll pray to the Facebook gods. Oh, Facebook gods, please let this work. Alright, guys. Let me know when you're done smushing. When you're done smushing, I'm so technical, right? So we're going to have everybody come back on. When you're done smushing, you're just going to take your brown and do your first layer of your table with Big Boy. Yeah, so we're having an adventure tonight. Really not sure how, what's going on, but that's okay because we're all back now. If your brown looks gray, add more red. Add more red and add more yellow. Okay, Amy? So you're just going to go around your little pumpkin shapes that you made here. And I'm using Big Boy. And you want to go straight across with that table, okay? So. Alright. We're good to go. Alright, I keep looking at the phone now, waiting to see everybody be like, no, because literally that's what I just saw that whole time when it was messing up, was all of you guys being like, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone, and then I'm over here like freaking out like, oh my goodness, what's going on? So now I just keep looking at my phone to make sure everything's good. Oh, goodness gracious. Wow, we're back now, right, Megna? We're back now. Hey, Hannah and Dustin. So, those of you who don't know, Hannah and Dustin add chihuahuas to every painting. So, am I going to see a chihuahua pumpkin? Is that what's going to happen? So, I am just very simply just putting a layer of brown down. And we'll get it all fancy schmancy later. No worries here. Keeping it simple. Keeping it simple for now. Hey, Becca. Hi, love. Yes, we're back, Megna. We are back. We're having an adventure tonight. That's all right. I know. I just keep worrying it's going to mess up again. All we're doing, Nancy, is taking brown paint and painting in the bottom part of the canvas. I'm glad you found us again, Nancy. Sorry about that, guys. So all that brown paint I made before, I am just painting in the bottom of my canvas. And you know that big, huge pile I had of brown paint? It's literally all gone. It's all gone. I'm going to have to make more brown paint. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Thanks, Steph. Okay, good. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Everything stays kosher, okay? Because I don't know what's going on. So again, the brown paint, since I have to, that whole big mush of brown paint, and I ran out, okay? So brown paint, one more time. Yellow. Red. White. A little bit of black. Mix it all together. And you will get brown. And if it's looking gray, add more red, add more yellow. Alright, good stuff. You were hunting, Becca? Totally cool. Totally cool. That sounds like an awful lot of fun. Alright, so we put in our table, we put in where our pumpkins are going, we smushed our backgrounds, we went offline, came back online. Boy, this was a very exciting last hour, half hour. Very, very, very exciting. That's for sure. So, I am just going to paint all of my edges while you guys get situated. Finish your smushing and making your brown and filling in the bottom of the canvas, okay? Alright, and then you guys give me a thumbs up, ready, all that good stuff when you're ready for me to move on from doing all the background things. Alright, so you guys let me know when you're ready for me to move on to the next step. Okay? Alright, sounds good. We didn't get very far. I wonder why. Becca, you're going to have fun doing the background. It's right up your alley. Right up your alley. So, once you have this brown on your table, you can grab, if you want to make it really fancy schmancy, grab a little bit of white on your brush. And you hold your brush horizontal. And you can do some ziggy-zag zoos through your brown. So you grab some white and grab some of your brown color. Hold your brush horizontal. And you could do some zigzag zoos on your table if you want. If you want to get fancy schmancy with it. I'm just doing some zigzag zoos on my table. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. So, while everybody else is doing whatever they're doing, I'm grabbing white and my brown. And I'm just doing some zigzag zoos on here. Right, Magna? That's what we call them. Yes. Well, brown, people have a tendency to keep wanting to paint the brown over and over, like on top of itself, because it doesn't always cover on the first coat. So what you need to do with brown paint, that's why I like to mix my own. What you need to do with brown paint is you have to put the thin layer on, let it dry, and then put another layer on. If you keep trying to build upon it being wet, you're going to wind up with thick brown paint. Now I'm going to grab a little tiny bit of black with that brown, and right underneath where my pumpkins are going, I'm just going to put some zigzag zoos in there. Just the tiniest little bit of black. Don't grab a lot. A little bit of black goes a long way, right, Dustin? So, okay. Yep, that's what you got to do. So, I'm just grabbing the tiniest amount of black now, and I'm doing these little flicks, just these little ziggy zags where my pumpkins are. That's all. Nothing crazy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Right? I'm going to take the globs out of my brush, put Big Boy in the water. We're going to keep swirling them, and you guys let me know when you're ready. We're going to get there, Magna. We are going to get there. If you want to go ahead and do that, you can go ahead and do that while we're waiting for everybody else. You can fill in your pumpkin, sweetie. I'm waiting for everybody to catch up. And then I'm going to go into doing the pumpkins. Okay, so swirl, tap, dab, and Big Boy. I'm going to come over here to this guy right here, the biggest pumpkin in our trio of pumpkins. I'm going to grab white, and it could be that dirty white, okay? It can be dirty, it's all right. And like the tiniest amount of my brown paint. You guys see that? A lot of white and the tiniest amount of my brown paint. And I'm going to come over here to our big oval. And on the top part, I want to do a hump out this way. And then on the other side, do another hump out that way. And then you're just going to pull your brush nice and flat and get a nice crisp line. So, a lot of white. It could be that dirty white. Really? Ugh. Okay. Okay, Carly. So all I grabbed was a lot of white and the tiniest amount of my brown paint that I made. The smallest amount. And I'm going to go to the top of the big pumpkin Really? Okay, we're okay? I'll just keep repeating everything like 4 times in case it winds up buffering. I know, it's crazy. So it was a lot of white. Okay, good. A little bit of brown. A lot of white and a little bit of brown. Big boy, the large flat brush. Okay, so large flat brush. A lot of white, a little bit of brown. We're going to go to the top of the big pumpkin, and you're going to arch up this way, and then arch up the other way. And you want to use the flat of that brush to give you a nice clean line coming down the side of the pumpkin. So it's my large flat brush, a lot of white, could be your dirty white, the smallest amount of the brown that I made, up at the top, do an arch this way, and do an arch that way. And then you're just going to grab a lot of white and a little bit of brown and use the flat of that brush to give yourself a nice smooth side. And then the bottom of the pumpkin, you want to turn around, swoop around, and you can give it a little bit of a dimple. Okay, Lisa, no worries. You can get a hairdryer if you want. So the bottom of the pumpkin, you want to give just a little bit of a dimple like that. All right? And then the rest of it, you're just going to color it in now. So as you fill it in, you want to make sure you're doing your brush strokes like that. Okay? So a lot of white, a little bit of brown. And now we're just filling in the rest of the pumpkin. And I'm holding Big Boy up here. Okay, that might work. I'm holding Big Boy up here. I'm pulling it around. I'm making sure I get a nice clean edge. Making sure I get a nice clean edge, and then we're just coloring in the rest. That's all we're doing. The fan might work. I remember Nancy was painting with us when it was like August. And remember it was so hot in your house, Nancy, and humid that the paints weren't drying for you. I remember that happening. I'm having all sorts of adventures tonight. So I'm going to just repeat instructions like in quadruple tonight in case it winds up going out. This way you guys don't miss anything. And if you need me to repeat something, just let me know, okay? That's how we're going to do that. That's how we're handling this situation. That's what we're going to do. So, when you get to this point, you don't want to turn around and do one of those. Don't do one of those. That's a no. You're just going to go straight into it and then come out the other side. Don't take your brush and trace around it. You want all your brush strokes going up and down. Yes, that is my plan. So, I'm going to plan, and hopefully God doesn't laugh at me. Right? That's the saying, right? Man plans, God laughs. Man plans and God laughs. So, we'll see how this works out. Alright, so, just like that. we got the big old pumpkin done. Okay? Alright. We got a pumpkin done. Yes! We did it! Yay! Yes! Woo! 2 more to go. Alright. So, we're going to do the blue one next. We're doing the blue pumpkin next. And I need a soda. I need a drink after all that chaos. I got my drink. I know, I'm terrible. I am a diet soda drinker. So, after all that chaos, I hope everybody's getting a refill on their drink. Your juice box, Magna, I hope you're getting a refill. Ladies that are having a cocktail, I hope you got a refill. Dustin, I hope you got your smoking. We're going to swirl tap that big boy. We're going to swirl tap that big boy. Dab him on the paper towel. Yes. Yes. Pumpkin spice everything. So the more you swirl, the cleaner you'll get. So swirl tap dab that big brush. Carly, Carly, you guys are probably like, what is with this paint party? We're all family here. We all make mistakes, and we all love each other regardless. So, welcome. This is what we do, right, guys? This is what we do. I'm so excited to be painting with all you guys. I hope everything's working out all right. Lisa, is your paint dry yet? Let's get this together, okay? Iris and Christina, if you're still watching, you're definitely getting entertained. Carol, you're definitely getting entertained. Hello, Adam. So, Stephanie, Lisa, Magna, Amy, Iris, Christina, Dustin, Hannah, Trisha, Carly, and Carol. We're rocking it tonight. All right. Large flat brush. You're going to come over here and grab some clean white paint now. All right, this is why I have you pull your paint from the sides. Clean white paint. And I'm going to grab this globby, big blue globby ghost color. Becca, how you doing, love? Becca's probably done with her painting already. So, okay, sounds good. And Becca, I got her. That's right. She came in. She's probably finished. White and blue. White and blue. A nice light blue color. You're going to come over to this guy, okay? Now, he overlaps this one. So, you're going to find your center of your pumpkin. I know, right? Because Becca's quick like that. You're going to do another hump, but this is like a short, squatty pumpkin. So when you hump, you want to swoop around and overlap that other pumpkin. Okay? And then you're going to come over here. And you're going to swoop up. Whoosh! All the way around. Onto our table. And into the side of this guy. Now, did I follow any of my original lines? No. Does it matter? No. Alright, so a nice light blue color, guys. Blue and white. Again, use the flat of that brush. I'm holding my brush nice and up towards the top so I have control. And I'm going to swoop around slowly, get a nice clean line on that pumpkin. And you want to paint this in, following the direction of the pumpkin. Alright. Swoop it around. Swoop, swoop, swoop it around. Lots of swoops in this one, Magna. Lots of swoops. Okay. So white and blue. Follow the direction of your pumpkin. And we're just going to color this all in. What a party we're having tonight. Okay, so I am just going to follow, like, I try to do this so in my mind I can start realizing where those pumpkin lines are going to go. So as I'm filling this in, I'm thinking in my mind where those pumpkin lines are going to go when it's time for me to paint them in. And that's what I try to do when I paint a pumpkin. So I do my brush strokes, keeping that in mind. This way, when it's time to put those lines in, I got a pretty good idea on how I'm going to do that. Right? Because they all come out of the center. Hey, Tammy, they all come out of the center. So, that's why I make sure I paint it with my brush strokes coming out of the center. So this way your pumpkins look more round and natural. Even though I never seen a blue pumpkin before. Has anybody ever seen a blue pumpkin? Leave it to me, right? Leave it to me to make a pumpkin that's not even close to being a real pumpkin. Has anybody ever seen a blue pumpkin? Or just one that was painted blue? But I don't think there's such a thing as blue pumpkins naturally. Is there? Anybody know? Alright, pumpkin number 2. Bam! We did it. We did it. Alright. Alright, Magna, you did it. Just a painted one, right? And if you go out of your line, that's what spit's for, guys. But you guys already knew that. Right? Never seen a real blue pumpkin, right? Nah, me neither. Alright, so once you have this guy done, we're going to swirl tap dab our brush. We did it. Pumpkin number 2. Pumpkin number 2. All set. So swirl tap dab that brush. Get it nice and clean. Get all the blue out of them. See, Carly? There you go, Carol. I like that. I like that. Artistic license. I use that license so much, it's going to get revoked. See, and this is why I said don't worry about that red, Carly, because we're going to paint right over these colors over here. And that paint you put on before, there are blue pumpkins, Nancy. I never seen one. Maybe because where you live, it's so cold that they turn blue. All right. So, swirl tap dab. And we're going to grab we're going to grab some clean white paint again. Okay? And we're going to grab a small amount of red and some yellow. Right? And we're going to come in here and do this guy now. So make sure this is like fairly dry so it doesn't get all mucked up. Alright? And this one, you're just going to swoop out this way. Again, using the flat of that brush. Finding the center of that pumpkin. And swoop out this way. He's nice and easy to paint. And he's going to need a few layers. So don't worry that your other pumpkins are like popping through here, the colors of the other pumpkins. This little guy is going to need the most layers out of all of them. So just put that initial layer on. A lot of white, some yellow, and red. And yes, he's going to be peach. That's okay. We're going to make him orange. No worries. No worries. So, he's going to start out peach. You want a lot of white. Okay, because the white, I'm going to have to Google that, Nancy, because the white is what's going to cover up the colors behind this pumpkin. Okay, so this is just layer one, so don't stress it. It's supposed to be peach. Sure, Magna, no worries. Let me know if you need anything repeated, okay, sweetheart? And don't be stressing about the pumpkins. We're going to put another thing of colors on them. So, Magnet, don't worry about the pumpkins. We're going to do some other stuff. And then when we go back, you can fix your pumpkins when we go back and do the other parts on it, okay? So, once you have all this, you are going to take out tiny, tiny. Now, if you went over any of your lines here, you can grab some of your brown paint with tiny. And you could fill in, just doing little ziggy zags, you can fill in and make those lines smoother if you want. You could fill in where your table would be, okay? So using tiny, grab your brown with a little bit of black. And you come in here on the bottom of your pumpkins and you're just doing a zigzag. So brown and a little bit of black, just the tiniest bit of black. And you're going to come under here, and if you wound up going over or having a smush where you jumped out of your line, this is where you can cover it up. So my brown and my black, I'm going to come in underneath these pumpkins, and I'm going to do just these little zigzags and clean up any edges where I might have jumped out. Right? I got you guys. I know how it goes. I know what happens. I know sometimes you're trying to pull the brush nice and flat and then you wind up jumping out. That's okay. That's why we're doing this step. So we can cover up anything that you might have jumped out. So any part where you might have jumped out of your lines, you can go in with brown and black magnet. So this step might help you. This step might help you, sweetie. Okay, now with that brown and black on our brush, we're going to come up to our big pumpkin here. And right where you put the two little humpsters, you want to do a swoop. Just like that. And once you have that swoop, you can come up and around. My easel's falling apart now. You can come up and around. And this has a circle here. And then come back in. Okay, so there's a circle on this end. And you're going to swoop over here. And try not to lean your arm on your orange pumpkin and get orange paint all over your arm like I just did. And now, so, you know how I tell you all the time, don't put globs on your brush? Well, you want globs on your brush now. You're going to grab brown. You're going to load the brush up with your brown. And you're going to grab some black. And you're going to get it all globbed up. So we're globbing up our brush. And in this shape you just made, and you can rest your hand because your white pumpkin should be dry by now. And using this as a pencil, you are going to go and do little curves. So you go all the way to the edge of that one line and curve it to the edge of the other line. And with all this globby stuff on your brush, you're going to wind up with black, brown, and it being streaky. So it looks like the viney stems that pumpkins have. There's the trick to that, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy right there, guys. So you want all those globs on your brush. And as you work with those globs, and you do those from the one line to the other, you're going to get all this fun stuff happening that you don't even have to work hard for. Alright, so pull your brush through the paper towel, and we're going to do the same thing with the blue pumpkin. Maybe this will make it better for you, Carly. Doing a close-up. Alright, again, I'm grabbing my black and the brown I made before. And right here, we're going to swoop. We're going to swoop just like that. And I'm holding this like a pencil. And then we're going to bring our line up all the way up this way. Grab more paint because the little guy doesn't hold a lot of paint. And then we're going to come back down this way. And then with all this globby stuff on our brush, you're going to go from one line to the other. Whoop. Okay, so one line to the other. Just like that. And having all the globby paint on there, you're going to get all these cool little colors that come out. Globby, globby, globbies. I never tell you to have globs on Tiny, so take full advantage right now. Take full advantage that I'm saying glob up this brush. Take full advantage. So I never tell you to put globs on this brush. And with this big globby mess, you're going to get all this fun stuff. Just like that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff going on over here. Telling you. There you go. Now the little guy. Swoop. Right in the center. And you're going to put a circle up in this area right here. Connect those two. Get some globby paint on there with your brown. Globby, globby, globbies. Becca, you probably like this part. When do I ever tell you to have a globby brush? This is probably killing your mom, though. Alright, how's everybody doing? Let me know how you're doing. I like this step. I think this step's a lot of fun. Because you get a lot of cool things and you don't have to work hard to get them. Let me know how you guys are doing. Hannah and Dustin, you're awful quiet tonight. You still with me? Carol, you enjoying the show? Lisa, how you doing? Is your paint cooperating yet? We're going to color the pumpkins again, Magna. Don't worry. I'm not surprised she's all done. We're going to be coloring the pumpkins again, Magna. That's why I said don't worry about it, because we're going to go back and do some more coloring on the pumpkins. So you'll have the opportunity to fix anything you might have went off a little bit on. Okay? So, no worries. I got you. I got you, girl. Okay. So, of course Becca's all done. Alright. And with the... I don't know why my phone's not staying the way I want it to now. Oh, goodness gracious. And on the top of this stem, I got you, Magna. Don't worry, hon. Awesome, Trisha. On the top of this stem, I just pulled like this, did a little curly Q, and pulled out. Alright, sounds good. So I pulled like this, did a little curly Q, and pulled on out. There we go. Alright, Magna, now we're going to do our another layer of colors, okay? So here you go. Now you can fix your pumpkin, sweetie. So with all that being done, you can put Tiny away. Grab Big Boy. Swirl tap to add the Big Boy, okay? I'm going to grab some more white paint. Give you guys a minute to catch up. Ketchup mustard, ketchup mustard. Big glob of white paint. Big glob, white paint. There it is. All right. Hannah. Hannah. Where are you, Hannah? Are you still with us, Hannah? Where's my favorite married couple? Where's my Hannah and Dustin? You do the tops later. Trish is just listening. Carol's just listening. Iris and Christina are going to be doing the replay. Megna's in the house. There's Hannah. Hi, guys. We got Lisa. Lisa's painting with us. Having all sorts of things going on. Carly. Carly, how you doing, Carly? You hanging in there? Megna, you fixing those pumpkins right now? This is your time right here, sweetie. There's my favorite married couple. So those of you who are just joining the family now, the first time Hannah and Dustin painted with us, they were celebrating their 1-year wedding anniversary. Just leap over it, Hannah. Just leap over the table. Awesome. Glad you're good, sweetie. Glad to hear it, Carly. Okay, so Megna's working on fixing her pumpkins. And we're going to put the second layer on this bad boy right here. And I grabbed a big old glob of white for myself. Look at how dirty my palette gets. So I'm going to grab that white paint again. And I'm going to grab that red. And I'm going to grab that yellow. And yes, we're going to get peach. No worries. No worries. And you want to make sure you grab enough white paint. So when you do this layer on this pumpkin, it won't end well leaping over the table. You'll get tackled by dogs when you fall on the floor. You want to make sure you grab that white paint. And you come in here. And you're going to do that next layer. And yes, it's going to have a peach color. That's okay. Oh my God, pumpkin bread is so good. Oh, so since we're talking about pumpkin bread, guys, what's your favorite fall food? Let's talk about that. Let's just get ourselves good and hungry. What's everybody's favorite fall food? Carol's saying pumpkin bread. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm addicted to Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin lattes right now. That's what I am addicted to. Like, I can't get enough of them. And my friend went to, we have a German butcher that's a couple towns over. And she went and got herself apple strudel. So that stuff's good too. Banana bread. Oh, that's so good. Banana bread's delicious. Do you put chocolate chips in it, Lisa? Again, as I'm filling this in, I am following the lines of my pumpkin. So you want to make sure you put enough white on that brush to cover up what's going on underneath. Oh, pumpkin pie. I forgot all about pumpkin pie. Oh, that's good too. Chili. Yep. Now, do you like vegetarian chili, Carly, or do you like the chili that has the meat in it? Apple cider and pumpkin donuts. Apple pie, turkey stuffing, and pumpkin pie. Oh, my God. All this stuff's so good, right? All right. So here's the debate. Since you guys all mentioned pie, you ever have apple cider donuts? Oh, my God. They're so good. Right? Yes, Carly. All right. So here's the debate for you guys that you mentioned all pie. Cool Whip or whipped cream? What do you put on your pie? Cool Whip or whipped cream? I'm a Cool Whip girl because I can't have dairy. So Cool Whip doesn't have any dairy in it. So Cool Whip or whipped cream? Okay, so once we put that layer on that pumpkin, we're going to grab our medium fluffy. Whipped cream. We got a whipped cream in the house. Brownies. Oh, Magna, you're killing me with the brownies. Alright, so you're going to grab your medium fluffy. And you're going to give it a little smush. Oh, those sound so good. Of course you do, Lisa, right? We're all going to hit the stores as soon as we're done doing this. Oh, you make all sorts of Rice Krispie treats, Trisha? Oh, I want peanut butter ones. Cider donuts are totally amazing. All right, so with your medium fluffy, when you swirl tap dab, you're going to give a little bit of smush smush so it's fluffy, okay? Oh, we got another whipped cream. Another whipped cream. Oh, yeah, that stuff's delicious. Okay, so now that you have this a little bit fluffy, you're going to make a blue that was darker than this. So grab your white, grab your blue, and you want it about one shade darker than your pumpkin. And what you're going to do is you're going to stick and move, okay, guys? So this is going to be adding texture. So here we go. You guys ready? It's time for Eve's Artistry Insight. How to create texture. Okay, so what you want to do is to have texture. You want rough lines, you want unclean lines, and you want to make sure that you stick and move, because texture is having rough layers on top of each other, and that's how we're going to add the texture of the pumpkins. So we're going to be using our stiff bristled medium-sized fluffy brush. I have a shade of blue on here, a little darker than my base shade. So when we use Big Boy, notice how that looks very smooth. So to add texture, you're very lightly going to take this darker color and come under here, and you're going to do swoops upward like that. Now, notice I'm sticking and moving. I am not blending these in. I am not smoothing these out. And that, my friends, is how you wind up with texture. See the difference between it being the smooth and now the rough look. So how to add texture again? Eve's Artistry Insight. You stick and move. You do not blend it out. You use a stiff bristled brush, and you very lightly just put your paint on and keep it moving. Okay? So we did those with our darker blue. Right? Texture. darker blue coming out from the bottom, and I am just pulling upwards, and I am doing a very light touch so it does not blend out, and I am just sticking and moving. And then once I do those, this is a very, very, very light touch. Once I do that, now I'm going to come down from the top with the darker blue color. Okay, so when you do these darker blue color, you're just going to sweep it around. And you're going to leave spacing. See how I'm swooping it? I'm curving it. And you're going to leave spacing in between those swoops. And as you very lightly just push this onto your canvas and keep it moving, your pumpkin is going to have texture. So there you go. Eve's Artistry Insight. So if you're ever painting anything and you want to add texture, now you know how to do it. Okay, so once I have the blue streaks in there, right, so I just arched around, I came from that stem and kept swooping around and left spaces. Now that I have the blue streaks in there, I'm going to grab just my white paint. I'm going to give a little mush mush because white paint's thicker. No, I did not clean my brush, so a little mush mush. And now you're going to come in and put the white ones in. So you start at the stem, and you just very lightly put the white on now. So give a little bit of mush mush into your brush, and go in between those spaces where you did the dark blue. And just like that, guys, you are going to add texture to your pumpkins. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And that's why I said, don't worry about your colors, because we're going to do a lot of layers on these bad boys. All right, so nobody's with me with the Cool Whip, huh? Nobody's with me on the Cool Whip train, I see. All right, that's fine. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit of white paint, and right around my stem, I'm just going to flick white out, arched. And voila! You now have a textured pumpkin. Okay, swirl tap dab that brush, and we're going to do the big white one now. So, first thing I'm going to do is make more brown because I used it all. You guys remember how to do that, don't you? I told you a few times now. You have to have Cool Whip on your pumpkin pies. So, red, yellow, white, a little bit of black, brown paint. Okay, and I want this brown to be darker than this, so I'm going to add more black. Give myself a nice dark brown color. We're little mixologists today. That's what we are. So that is darker. Alright, so I'm going to pull all of that globby paint out of this brush. That's a little too much. Cool Whip. I'm going to mash it into my paper towel. Get my fluffies back. So I had a little too much paint on it. I'm going to grab that darker brown paint. I'm going to come to the bottom of this pumpkin right here. And very lightly, we're going to do swoops up. Right, guys? Because we're adding texture. And once I have those swoops up, I'm going to come from the top and do my swoops down. How you doing, Magna? You got the pumpkins under control now? And if you notice, I didn't pull this down like this. I did dashes. If you pull it, you're going to go back to having it smooth. So you're going to do dashes like that as you're painting these lines in. Dashes. No pulling. Dashes. Because you're very dashing. You're very good looking. You're very dashing. Oh, you're not doing that bad, sweetie. They're just pumpkins. And you can put faces on them and make them into jack-o'-lanterns too, you know. Pumpkins are from nature, and nothing in nature is perfect. So don't you worry about it, Magna. I'm sure it looks amazing. So you're going to dash these lines in. That's how you get the texture. And then you're going to grab your white paint. You're going to grab your white paint. Mush, mush, mush. You can put a couple little pieces in the bottom. And then you're going to come right out of the top of your pumpkin here and flick those white pieces. Magna, pumpkins are from Mother Nature, and they don't have to be perfect. They could be any shape, size, color, because Nancy told us all that there is such a thing as blue pumpkins. So you are probably doing fine. And your painting does not have to look like mine. Absolutely not. What was that you said, Carol? So it's a very, very light touch, and you just flick. And if your white paint is too thick, do your water trick. Okay, Magna? If your white paint is too thick, it's not going to work out okay. So you have that good paint at home, so it might be a little too thick. Add a little bit of water to your paint. Oh, okay. So you want to mush it in, and your paint's probably really thick. And it's a light touch, and you're just flicking your hand. It's a very light touch. I'm barely touching the canvas, and you're just flicking. You're just doing flicks like this. Like if you wanted to splash somebody with paint, that's what you're doing. And you need to have your paint on the thinner side. With your Winsor & Newtons, it might be a little thick, so you might want to loosen your paint up a little bit. And I'm barely touching my canvas. So you barely touch the canvas. Okay, guys? So make sure you're barely touching the canvas. Everything you're painting's in a flicking motion. Because if you press too hard, you're going to get globs. So if you can't get rid of those globs, Magna, that's okay. Just wait for it to dry and you can go right over them. Carol's hanging in. Alright. So, last pumpkin. Alright. That's cool. You and Mom got it together. That's how you guys make memories together. It's awesome. All right, so to our peach pumpkin now, right? So swirl, tap, dab that medium brush. Get them nice and clean again. Get all those globs out of them. Okay, gonna get all those globs out of them. I need to get some water. I was thirsty, right? Do a little bit of mash so you're a little bit fluffy. And this is where we're gonna put the orange in, okay, guys? So I'm gonna grab my yellow, I'm gonna grab my red, and we're gonna mush mush. And you want the paint to be just on the tip. And very lightly, like barely touching the canvas. Okay? Come up from the bottom with the swishes. I'm barely touching the canvas. Barely touching the canvas. I'm going to grab more paint. And if you notice, it's not smashed all the way into my brush. And it's not a lot of paint on my brush either. And now I'm going to come down from the stem. And it's just flicks. Just flicks. And instead of white, for my lighter part, I'm going to grab just yellow. And as you do the just yellow for the lighter color. Because if you grab the white, you're going to wind up with peach again. And we don't want peach. So I'm grabbing just yellow for the lighter parts now. Just yellow and barely touching. And everything I'm doing is a flicking motion. I'm not doing anything in a broad stroke. Everything's little flicking motions. That's it. It takes practice. It's okay. You know, don't be so hard on yourselves, guys, if you're not getting the texture. Because I just showed you how to do it. You're not going to be able to do it perfect the first time you do it. That's why we create together, so we can practice and have a good time. And we're going to help each other. Okay? So, I'll give you a few minutes, guys, and when you're ready, we literally have 2 steps left for our pumpkin trio painting. So this is so amazing. I'm so glad the internet's working now. And you guys practice that texture. I just showed you how to do it. So I don't expect you to get it perfect. I don't expect me to get it perfect. Okay? You guys got this. Just have fun creating. That's the whole point. Alright, so we got 2 steps left. We're going to do our branch. And we're going to be all set with our pumpkin trio. And guys, Lisa sent me a really cool idea. She sent me a Mary Poppins profile type painting. And we were thinking about like Disney stuff, but I'm trying to do the fall stuff too. And I already did Nancy's idea. Surreal pumpkins, I love it. Like when we did Dolly. That was so much fun when we did Dolly. And Picasso. Oh my goodness, we've done so many paintings together, guys. I love it. And I love all the new people joining us too. So, any ideas, let me know. Hey, Deneen, any ideas? You guys let me know. I did Nancy's Spooky Meadow. And we had the opportunity for the watering can and sunflowers, but nobody voted for it. Sorry, Lisa. And Lisa sent me the idea of a Mary Poppins painting. And let's see, Amy and Becca, what do you guys want to do? I have a lot of fall paintings. Oh, somebody told me a fall tree with the leaves. I have something like that already painted. Fall trucking and creepy meadows still up for grabs. What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to do? I know you all like that Jack Skellington one. That's for a private party. If you guys want to do Jack Skellington, I'll have to make one that's a little more simple. Because when I'm front and center, it's easier to do all those details. Besides, we can do him for Christmas, too. I did this one painting of him, and it was really good. I can do it again. But it was more of a Christmas one. And I know Tammy, who's not on tonight, she wants a Christmas hippo. So, Carol, that's so funny you said that. I just bought leggings with sugar skulls all over them. What a good idea. I like that idea. I literally just bought leggings. Anything Halloween. I'm with you, Nancy. Anything Halloween. I did my Halloween decorations tonight. So, sugar skulls are cool. I can get down with some sugar skulls. I like that. I'm liking that idea. And don't forget, I'm going to be going live on location to our track art gallery. And we're going to be doing a Wizard of Oz themed Zoom party. Okay? So that's going to be in November, like after November 13th. So don't forget about that. Wizard of Oz in the house in November. Yes, yes, yes. So, sugar skulls. Day of the Dead, too. Oh, you want creepy, creepy, creepy. Like zombies and stuff. Ooh, I could do like, ooh, I got a good idea. I have to watch sharing my ideas in my head because unfortunately some of them get stolen. So, all right, guys, you ready? Swirl, tap, dab, big boy. We're on our last little steps here, guys, and then you guys can play with the details and we can finish up and have fun. All right, so swirl, tap, dab, big boy. Oh, I gotta hit the button. The music shut off. I'll be right back. Oh, I know what you mean now. The Hispanic, the sugar skulls with the Day of the Dead. I got it now. I thought you meant the horror movie. I thought you meant the horror movie, Nancy. Oh, it probably looks really cool, Carol. You'll have to show me a picture of that. All right, so we're swirl, tap, dab, and big boy, getting them nice and flat, nice and clean. Yes, Lisa. Oh, yes, Carol. You have to send me a picture of that. I want to totally see it. Yeah, Lisa, Wizard of Oz. We're totally doing that. If you guys want to send me any images of Wizard of Oz that you'd like to have me do, let me know. And that's going to be in November. So, swirl, tap, dab, big boy. Grab your black paint. All right, pull it off on the side. Get your brush nice and flat and thin. We're going to hold back here. And all you're going to do is you're going to come in from the sides. And you're going to hold your brush perpendicular to the canvas. So perpendicular to canvas, straight on. You're coming in from the side. and you're holding back here. And you're literally just gonna, and you're gonna go about 3-4 fingers up, okay guys? And you're just gonna pull and put these branches in. So you pull and wiggle. I saw that. I can't hit that link now, Nancy, but I'm gonna check it out later. So black paint, nice and thin. Once you have that initial line, you follow it along and then pull out from that line. And you can put as many branches in or as little. So I'm going to hold back here. Okay, awesome, Carol. So you're going to hold back here, straight up against your canvas. You pull in from the side. And you can put as many or as little of these branches as you want to. They're your branches. You don't even have to do them if you don't want to. So, you use big boy, and then you can go back in with tiny brush. So don't worry about getting all those little stems. We'll do that with the tiny brush. Okay, now I'm going to come in from the other side. Holding the brush back here, nice and thin paint. If your paint's a little too thick, add a small amount of water to it. If it's a little too thick and it's not pulling nice and smooth, add some water to it, okay? Pull in from the side, and then curve it any way you want to. Follow along one you already made. Pull out from that one. So this is your branches. You can have as many or as little as you want. And you can have them twisting any old way you want. Doesn't matter to me. You're painting. And once I have those in with the big brush, I'm going to take my tiny brush and I'm going to grab that same black paint with my tiny brush and I'm going to come in here and you want to follow along one you already made. And then you could put the tiny little branches. The twigs coming off. And if you mess one up, that's okay. Because there's yellow dots on these. So if you mess one up, good night, Trisha. Thanks for watching. Thanks for visiting, sweetheart. We'll see you soon. If you mess up one of these little twigs, it's okay. Because you can just put the circle on it. So all I'm doing is using my small brush and adding all the little twigs. And then you want to go to the ones you put in this way and add some this way. Now, the last thing you're going to do is you want to let this black dry a little bit. And once it dries a little bit, you're just going to smush in all these white circles. So the last thing you need to do once that black paint dries a little bit is see all these little dots. Now you can put these dots on a branch you messed up. You can have as little as many. And the way you do these is you smush white paint first. Just plain white. And then once that dries, color it with yellow. All right, guys? So you're going to put your black twigs in. Boy, I went twig happy on this one. And then you're going to take white paint, make all of your circles. And then once those dry, do the yellow paint. And that's it, guys. You guys painted Pumpkin Trio with me. So all you have to do is those last 2 steps and you're perfectly fine. I don't think you need me to show you how to do white little circles on your branches. I think you'll be okay. Hannah and Dustin, I'm so curious about where you added the puppies. And I'm sure Dustin made evil pumpkins or something fun going on and funky. And so we're going to finish up this little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed painting this with me. Amy and Becca, so good to see you guys again. And Magna, love you. And Carol and Carly, thank you so much for joining us. And Hannah and Dustin and everybody who chimed in just to say hello. You all warm my heart. And I'm so glad you watched. So this is Eve with Eve's Creations Paint Party. It is free to watch. Gratuities are appreciated. I will share the link in the comments. So, from me to all of you, those who are watching the replay, thank you so much. And Lisa's finally getting to the tops. Goodbye. Good night, Amy. Good night, Becca. Love you too, Magna. Have fun with it, sweetie. Just create. Don't stress. I will show you the stems, Lisa. No worries. I got you. All right, guys. So, those of you who watch the replay, make sure that you go create. All right? You all warm my heart. All right, Lisa, here's your stems. Carly, you are so very welcome. Welcome to the family. Nancy, thank you so much. Hannah and Dustin, oh, mwah, love you guys. Thank you so much. Nancy, I'm glad you love your painting. Look at you getting all good with your bad self. Here's your stems, Lisa. Can you see it? Can you see it? Is there a little bit of a glare? There you go. There's your stem, Lisa. You guys are so very welcome. So make sure you guys put Magna. You owe me paintings. I don't have the Starlight Swing. I don't have Spook. I don't have... So you owe me paintings, girlfriend. And we did it. We got to do the whole video. No more interruptions. Yay! And if you guys have any ideas that you want to do, let me know. Message me if you need supplies. Move it a little back. Oh, to see all 3? There you go. All right, Magna. That sounds awesome. Can't wait to see them. We missed Tammy and Julia tonight. Yay! We did it, Amy. Yay! Becca, can't wait to see yours. I know she was done with this and lickety split. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night, Amy. All right, while you're doing your stems, Lisa, I'm going to do my circles. It's all good. It's all good. Take your time. Take your time, Lisa. Take your time. If you need me to explain anything, let me know, okay? I'm still here. Doing my circles. Making sure I have an odd number amount. I'm going to be on Water Street tomorrow. If you want to come by at 2 o'clock, there's an event happening. You got the branches. It's just like doing the trees, except sideways. No worries on those branches. I know you got the branches. Oh, and if anybody ever has any questions watching the replay, just message me. I'll be more than happy to help any of you out with anything that you might be wondering about, okay? And if you need supplies, check out my kits. I think I did really, really good putting those together for you guys. So, and I'll see you guys next event. All right? So, everybody, mwah, I'm going to sign off so this video isn't crazy long. If you have any questions, message me. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I love you all. And thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. I worked really hard putting those kits together. And I wanted to make sure everybody got quality stuff and plenty of it. So, and it gets me kind of mad seeing some of what these other businesses are selling. But I'm powerless, and all I can do is, you know, hope people just try to make, you know, really look at what you're getting. Really pay attention to what you're getting, okay? Yeah. So, it's like everybody and their brother's doing these videos now, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad you guys all have opportunities to create and do different paintings. I see your paintings all the time, so that's amazing. So, and like go into the stores and stuff and get a little confusing on what to buy or trying to order stuff. So I try to put all in one thing. And for those of you who don't need everything in the kit and you need separate items, when you're ordering or when you're in the store and you're not really sure, just message me. Because me and you figured it out, right, Lisa? We got you exactly what you needed. And one of these days, you're going to have to show me how to pour paint. I haven't played with that yet. So, and everybody, you know, when you guys are painting and creating, get creative. I want you to get creative. And I want you to do different things and try funky stuff and just have fun with it. because I've been painting a very long time. I've been painting for pretty much 30 years. So don't be so hard on yourself. Just have fun with your paintings. That's right. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You got it, girl. All right, on that note, I love you all and have a good night. Thank you for bearing with me with part 2 because of whatever the internet was doing. And I can't wait to see your creations. Good night.